Yet another big commitment for USC. This time it's five-star defensive back Jack Jones, a local product who makes his announcement known, playing for the Trojans. Alongside to talk about his commitment, resident USC expert Rob Cassidy. But first, we're going to get to another expert. Adam Gorney has the skinny on what makes Jack Jones such an important player.
Five-star Jack Jones has flip-flopped between wide receiver and cornerback over the last couple years, but I really think he's found his niche on the defensive side of the ball, and he absolutely proved that he's one of the best corners in the country at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, as he really proved throughout the week that he's a special player who can step in immediately and be a guy on any defense in the country. He's a little undersized, but I don't think that matters. He's got a tremendous will, a competitive spirit. He's a tough kid who can be more physical than he looks. And then on deep passes, he's a guy that really gets into the receivers and gets them off their routes and makes it difficult all over the field. What I like most about Jones that I've seen over the last year or so is just this determination never to be beaten. He's always out to prove that he's the best player on the field. And, you know, in the last 6 months, as he's kind of cultivated this cornerback position for himself, he's really proven to be an outstanding football player who can step on the field immediately when he gets to college.
All right, thanks, Adam. And of course, you know, Jack Jones' commitment, news broken by a friend of the Commitment Issues podcast, Snoop D-O-double-G, right? Let's talk a little bit about what USC has done today. Obviously, the surprise with E.J. Price and his commitment earlier in the day, snagging Keyshawn Young and Jamel Cook, two Florida boys. Now, you know, Jack Jones maybe not as big of a surprise, but quietly, you know, as the day winds down, really putting together a solid class.
Yeah, Jack Jones was the sure thing, and anytime you can kind of stamp your class with a five-star towards the end of the day after you've stolen E.J. Price, which nobody expected USC to do, really, except for maybe some people in the USC recruiting office. And you flipped Jamel Cook from Florida State, which is taking another good player from a power program. You've landed Keyshawn Young from the other side of the country as well. And they're doing little things, and it's all really starting to add up here to something we did not expect. You know, anytime you get Snoop Dogg involved in a video, I mean, maybe not his greatest acting performance pretending to be a reporter. I mean, it was no Captain Mac from Soul Plane. But, you know, he did a good enough job.
Excellent reference there. And, you know, and let's talk a little bit about just real quickly, USC last year snagging a big five-star commit in Iman Marshall. Now they add Jack Jones. Is this a formidable secondary in the Pac-12? Do they have enough?
Oh, you know, absolutely. And you can mix in other guys there, too. And, you know, it should be noted that Iman, also from the same high school, that's become kind of, and not become, it has been, kind of a UFC minor league program there at Long Beach Poly. It's a feeder school. Snoop Dogg's involved heavily, obviously, in both places. That might be why he's involved in that video. And, you know, it's become a real pipeline, and there are a lot worse pipelines to have in this country than that high school.
And a heck of a recruiter for USC and Snoop Dogg. So
couldn't get his own kid, though.
Well, you know, we won't go into that. But meanwhile, Rob Cassidy working on another home purchase in Southern California as he becomes an expert at USC football.
Absolutely.
So USC, a big get there. National Signing Day continues right here on Rivals.com.